American Airlines.
British Airways.
Which one does premium economy better across the Atlantic? Let's find out. Hi fellow travelers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are flying American Airlines Premium Economy to New York, and a week later we'll be returning with British Airways, also in Premium Economy. And together we'll see which one does it better. From the seat and the surface to the food and little details, we'll compare it all. And by the end of this video, you'll get a full picture to help you decide which airline to choose for your next transatlantic flight. Right, let's start with the outbound flights on American Airlines. Right now, we're at London Heathrow Terminal 3, about to check in for our flight to New York JFK. American has check-in desk in Zone D and E, with Zone E for the main cabin. If you're in Premium Economy, head for the priority desk in Zone D. If you got One World Emerald status, like we do, you can use the flagship first desk to check in. Alright, bags are dropped and boarding pass sorted, so let's head through security. Now here's a nice perk. Premium Economy on AA actually includes fast-track security. That's something you don't get with BA in Premium Economy unless you've got elite status. Well, security and check-in were really quick today. From landside to airside, it was just like 5 minutes. Yeah, I think that's record speed. Well, normally Premium Economy passengers don't get lounge access unless you've got One World Elite status. But because we're BA Club Gold, then we get access. Heathrow Terminal 3 has 4 One World lounges indeed, so we always arrive here early to enjoy them. We won't be covering them in this video, but if you want to see more, check out the link in the description below. Alright, it's time to head to our gate now. I think boarding has just commenced.
Right, we've arrived at the gate and boarding's already well underway. Premium Economy boards in Group 4, but today we're in Group 1 thanks to our One World Emerald status. And this is our plane today. It's a Boeing 777-300 extended range.
Hello. How are you, sir? 17 now. Crossing to the right. The Premium Economy cabin sits between business and the main cabin. On this aircraft is a 242 layout. There's plenty of overhead bin space, so no stress about getting your bag in. One nice perk with American is that you can reserve your Premium Economy seat for free, even without status. BA charges extra for that, unless you've got One World Elite status. That could cost a few $100s or pounds for a couple. If you can, definitely go for the seats on either side, particularly if you are traveling with your partner. It's definitely a bonus not having to share your row with someone else. Although today our flight is not really busy at all, so everyone is really spaced out. We are sitting in row 17, sits Julia and Lima on the starboard side. Now you might be tempted by the exit row in front of us for the extra leg room, but here's why we didn't go for them, even though they were available for selection. Those seats are actually narrower because the tray table and entertainment unit are built into the armrest, and the tray itself can be a bit flimsy. Plus, you have to stow everything overhead for the takeoff and landing. But since we are not especially tall, regular row 17 works just fine. The seat pitch is 38 inch and the seat width is 18.7 inch, and the seat can recline 6 inches. The numbers are alright for Premium Economy. There's definitely better ones in the industry, but later I'll let you know if we are comfortable enough anyway. Each seat has an 11.5-inch touchscreen. It's noticeably bigger than the 9-inch screens back in the main cabin. The headrest comes with foldable wings, which you can angle in, so your head doesn't tip sideways while you are asleep. Without them, you risk waking up with a stiff neck. There's also a footrest, handy for a shorty like me. On this aircraft, you have individual overhead lights and also individual air vents, which is a pleasant surprise. Now this armrest, you can lift it and you'll find a little storage space in it. It has power outlet and a USB-A charging port. The headphone jack is also in there. Well, next you'll find the remote controller for your IFE, but you may not need it as the display is touch enabled. Next to it, there is a large recline button for reclining your seats. We'll put that to test later on. There's lots of storage in the seat's back pockets in front of your seat. Waiting at your seat is a bottle of water, a comfy pillow and a blanket. I don't think you get these things in the main cabin. Now, we noticed that there is no pre-departure drinks. If I remember correctly, they have that on BA. We'll find out later on our return flight. Also, there's no hot towel service so far. But let's check out the headphones and the IFE. In business class, you get Bang & Olufsen headphones, but in premium economy, it's just this American Airlines branded one. But there's still over the years noise cancelling ones.
As for entertainment, you get access to Apple TV, so there's a good catalogue of shows. But when it comes to movies, the selection feels a bit dated. BA in general has a more up-to-date library with a lot more recent movies. By the way, the screen can be tilted slightly to adjust for the seat's recline.
And here's a nice touch, an amenity kit. For inside, you will find a pair of socks, an eye mask, earplugs, a dental kit, lip balm and moisturizer. Honestly, not bad at all. It's basically the same kit as business class, just with slightly more basic quality items. They are from this brand, Brandon Blackwood.
Welcome to our American Airlines flight. On its way to one of our many destinations across the globe. Made possible by our dedicated team members.
This afternoon, the airport was quite congested, so it took a while before our takeoff slot. Eventually, we got the green light. Today, we are taking off from runway 27 right, heading west.
Well, half an hour after takeoff, the meal service has just started. Today the choices are chicken korma and bussiate pasta. Steve has opted for the pasta, whereas I have gone for the chicken. These options have actually been around for quite a while on AA. They are part of what's called the premium dining menu, specifically for premium economy. By the way, you can pre-select your meal before the flight or order a special meal if you have dietary needs. I don't normally like curry, but I fancy some chicken. The chicken is actually surprisingly tender. Don't care for the sauce that much, but overall it was okay. So Steve tried the pasta, but it was really ordinary and just tomato taste, and it's not really delicious. Well, as for beverage, they have a full bar service. There's beer, wine, spirits and mixers. It's very good. Of course, they don't have champagne, but it's pretty good for premium economy. Well, as for dessert, they have this chocolate caramel shortbread thing. Looks really good. Really good.
After the meal service, it's time for a late afternoon nap. The seat only reclines about 6 inches, which is a bit less than BA's premium economy, but it's enough for a short rest. What I do like is this nimble pillow from Ostrich Pillow that they give out. It's soft and supportive in the right places, so it's easier to get comfortable and actually drift off.
Well, good afternoon. I've just woken up from my nap with a decent recline and good leg room, together with a comfy seat. That is similar to how business class used to be a couple of decades ago, before we have lie flat seats. It's pretty easy to fall asleep. So, midway through the flight, they have a treat for us. This is ice cream, salted caramel ice cream. I found in the years of flying with AA, they very often have ice cream and sundae, but I rarely see those on BA. So I wonder why. Well, 90 minutes before we are supposed to land, they serve the second meal. This is actually quite substantial. I remember on BA when we were flying to Barbados, you might have seen it on my previous vlog, that the second meal was just a paper box of a little sad sandwich, I think. But here, we got a grilled cheese with chicken sandwich, we got some fruits, and a passion fruit cheesecake. This is looking quite good.
Now, as we start our descent into New York JFK, let me quickly sum up what worked and what maybe didn't on this American Airlines Premium Economy flight. The biggest perks over main cabin are definitely the priority check-in, fast-track security, and early boarding. And of course, you do get a more comfortable seat. The seat pitch is perfectly fine, although I did wish it reclined a little bit more. The food is okay if a bit on the safe side. Nothing bad at all, just not especially memorable or premium, but it does the job. So the big question is, will British Airways do a better job on the way back? We'll find out shortly. While we were in New York, we went cruising on the brand new Norwegian Aqua over to Bermuda, and we had a fantastic time. I'll link that video up here if you would like to see what we got up to. And before we head back to JFK, if you've been enjoying this video or finding it useful, please boop the like button. And if you'd like to keep following my travels, do consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell. Right, let's head back to the airport and see how our return flight with British Airways compares.
Well, welcome to New York JFK Terminal 8, and today we are flying British Airways Premium Economy to London Heathrow. Normally in Premium Economy, or as BA calls it, World Traveller Plus, you'll be using the Premium Economy check-in line. And to be honest, the line isn't that long. But because we've got British Airways Gold status, which is equivalent to One World Emerald, we get to use the dedicated premium check-in. Plus, we will have access to the brand new Soho Lounge before our flight.
I posted a video about our experience at the premium check-in facility as well as the Soho Lounge, so you can check that out after this video if you're curious. I'll put a link at the end of this video as well as in the description.
Right, today's flight is at Gate 18, and the flight is operated by the same plane type as our outbound AA flight, a Boeing 777-300ER.
Hello. How are you? 31A, sir. Just your first flight to Chelmsford.
Well, as you can see, the seat config is the same as our AA plane on the way out, 242. We have chosen seats 31 Alpha and Bravo, which again is great that we are not sitting with someone else. The seat pitch is 38 inch and the seat width is 18.7 inch, which are the same numbers at AA. However, the seat can recline 8 inches, that's 2 inches more than AA Premium Economy, which hopefully will give us a better sleep. The touchscreen display is 12 inches, which is half an inch larger than AA. The headrest is totally adjustable with these foldable wings too. There is an adjustable leg and footrest. So far, the seat is pretty similar to the AA one. Just like on American, there is an individual reading light. But unlike American, which is also on the 777, you don't get individual air vents. There are power outlets as well as USB-A charging ports. And over here on the side, you'll find the remote controller as well as a headphone jack. Just like on AA, a pillow as well as blanket is provided. However, look at the blanket, it's a lot flimsier and the pillow is so small. It was definitely much better on American Airlines. Now, unlike American Airlines, British Airways does serve a pre-departure drink. Well, last time I mentioned that it is a champagne and many of you have corrected me. But so yes, this is just a Prosecco, a sparkling wine. It's better than nothing. And just like American Airlines, they provide headphones, noise cancelling headphones, looks like, and a amenity kit. Right, they just given us the menu. It's nice that even in World Traveller Plus, there is a menu. Today's options are chicken, cod fish, and a vegetarian option of baked macaroni cheese. I think I probably will go for chicken. So we do actually end up with champagne. Cheers.
They came through a few minutes ago with sparkling wine, but it was warm. So I was very polite, but I said, no thank you, I don't want that, it's too warm. And she came back a couple of minutes later and said, is there anything else I can get you that might be colder? Basically, we've ended up with champagne.
Right, after the champagne, let's look at the amenity kit. What we got? Eye shades, dental kit, a pen, and socks. Nothing surprising there. I would say the ones on AA looks like slightly better quality, as well as the bag. I think this one looks a bit flimsy. Don't know if you agree. Well, so far, before departure, is looking good. BA looks like it's better than AA.
Right, it's time to take off. Today, we are taking off from 31 left, a long runway at JFK. In fact, at 3 miles long, it's one of the longest runways in the world.
So, unlike American Airlines, British Airways does provide a towel after takeoff. Much appreciated. While American Airlines have Apple TV Plus, British Airways has a lot more recent movies. Tonight I'll be watching Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Unlike American Airlines, BA actually started with a drink service before the meal. We'd already had enough bubbles by that point, so we went for proper mixed drinks instead. Things like gin and tonic or vodka and coke. Normally, that's quite a nice civilized way to do things. But the flight time is just 6.5 hours on this red-eye flight, so perhaps a combined service might actually make more sense. Anyway, half an hour later, they came through with dinner service.
Okay, the dinner has arrived. We got some salad, and then we got chicken, which looks actually really good. And there's chocolate mousse. The whole offering actually, I think, looks better than the one on American Airlines. I just finished the main course. The chicken is actually really good. Probably better than some of the Clubwell meals I have had before. I already ate quite a lot in the lounge and I was quite full, but it was so delicious that I actually finished the whole main course. Well, the dessert was really good. I finished the whole plate. The meal so far has been much better than I expected. It's certainly better than AA at this point.
After dinner, the crew dimmed the cabin lights, so it was time to recline the seat and get some rest. The seat reclines 8 inches, which is more than the 6 inches that we had on American Airlines, and that extra recline definitely made it easier to drift off. By the way, I always find these East Coast red-eye flights a bit too short for proper rest, especially when you've got to head straight into the office the next day.
Right, good morning. We've just been woken up brutally. They are serving a breakfast. What we got today is a ham and cheese croissant. Doesn't look very appealing. As a BA Club Gold member, we were planning to have breakfast later at the arrivals lounge to maximize our sleep. But been woken up anyway, so I'm gonna show you what we've got. That croissant is not great. I'm gonna pick up breakfast later. So, as we prepare to land at London Heathrow, it's time to answer the question, which one does it better? Let's break it down. Both airlines offer a very similar seat with a 38-inch seat pitch and 18.7-inch width. However, British Airways has a key advantage with a seat recline of 8 inches versus American's 6 inches, which can make a big difference on a red-eye flight. I had a much better sleep on BA indeed. In terms of ground experience, American Airlines takes the lead here, offering free fast-track security and complimentary seat selection for premium economy passengers. With British Airways, you have to pay for seat selection and rely on elite status for fast-track access. So if you don't have status, AA is better. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. So a small win for AA here. As for amenities, both airlines provide a similar amenity kit with the essentials. British Airways, however, adds a touch of class with the departure drinks and a hot towel service, so BA wins here. When it comes to in-flight entertainment, the screen size is slightly larger on British Airways at 12 inches. But more importantly, BA generally has a more up-to-date and current movie selection. Although American Airlines does have the bonus of Apple TV Plus content. But overall, I think BA wins here. What about the food and drinks? British Airways has a slight edge here. The chicken korma from AA was very ordinary, but the chicken served by BA was excellent. I did enjoy the ice cream served mid-flight by AA, but overall I think BA just edged it here. As for the service, BA is much better on this occasion. I like the fact that they recognized our status and they offered us some champagne before departure. In general, they provide a much friendlier service than AA's crew. So, which one should you choose? Ultimately, both American Airlines and British Airways offer a solid premium economy product for a transatlantic flight. Your choice comes down to what you value most. If you value a seamless airport experience and the convenience of free seat selections, then go with American. If you prioritize a little bit more comfort in the air with a deeper seat recline and a more polished in-flight service with pre-departure drinks and a better meal, then British Airways might be a better choice. Let me know in the comments below which one would you choose. And if you have flown with either of them, what was your experience like? Now, if your budget stretches to business class, then check out this flight video next, where I show you my experience on AA Flagship Business and BA Club Suite. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao!